Well, it certainly has been quite the week that we just had. There is so much to talk about and also nothing nothing at all to talk about really. I haven't been able to upload in almost 7 days. I think it might actually be 7 days as of today because of a mix of reasons, the primary of which being that I went home, and then while I was home, TikTok and CapCut, basically anything that the company ByteDance was in control of, was removed from my device, essentially. It became inaccessible from the App Store, and you basically couldn't use it. So what happened was the service providers, the law actually that Senate passed, basically told the service providers of apps like CapCut and TikTok, they basically said, hey, if you allow your users to continue using this app, if you keep providing service to your users, we will pay you, I think it was like $5,000 per user per day for every single day that you keep this service allocated to them, which is a lot of money. So long story short, the government, US government banned TikTok and CapCut and a multitude of other things that ByteDance operates. And I wasn't able to record or edit my videos because I do use CapCut to edit my videos. And I do want this to change. And it has been changing. I found this free software called DaVinci Resolve, and it's really hard to use, but I'm slowly but surely learning it. And as of now, CapCut and TikTok have been unbanned, at least temporarily. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit as well in this video, but I'm back to editing with CapCut, although I do want to learn how to edit with DaVinci Resolve because it seems it seems more professional. It seems more effective at what I'm trying to do, if that makes sense. Another reason I haven't been really able to record is that I've been drowning in homework, and thankfully it's been snow. I live in Georgia, right? The southern part of Georgia, and it has just snowed a lot. It snowed a lot last night, and it's been below freezing temperatures here, so class has been canceled all week, which gives me a lot of time to regroup, and it gives me a lot of time to take care of some homework, and it gives me a lot of time to make videos. So that's the only reason why I'm able to record right now, because I'm starting my new job very soon, and just a lot of stuff's going on. So I haven't been really able to stay on top of my recording track. But I'm really trying my best, so hopefully that can change pretty soon, and I think it will. In some other news, Trump was inaugurated for the second time in the White House, and he signed off on a ton of federal orders, or whatever they're called, like United States federal mandate orders. I don't really pay attention to much of that stuff anymore because, not really my cup of tea. So that happened. There was a clip of Elon Musk being his weird, goofy, quirky self and what looked like doing the Sieg Heil in front of a lot of people, which is a little strange. And the Subaru WRX STI came back out, but it's not really the Subaru WRX STI. It's actually a, what was it, $50,000-$60,000 CVT car with that like it mimics a sports car. It's ridiculous, but I want to make a video about that next time. Next video I make will be probably about the new WRX STI, so stay tuned, I guess. What I really want to talk about today is the TikTok ban, because I know in my last video I said a lot about, don't trust the government, blah 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 blah, like they don't have your best interests at heart, and the whole Wendigoon quote, if you don't think the government will do it, yes they will. I want to talk about that today because TikTok was actually banned, and it was banned for around 12 to 18 hours. So it wasn't that much of a ban. It was more of like that scene from SpongeBob. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Okay, time's up. It was one of those moments. And it was really surreal and really funny, strangely funny, seeing a lot of people freak out over losing TikTok, because TikTok is a very unique app in the way that its For You page, its algorithm to recommend videos to you is very meticulous, and it is genius, if I'm going to be completely honest. There's nothing quite like TikTok, and I believe I mentioned this last video that I made. There's nothing quite like it. You go on Instagram Reels, you go on Google Giggles, you go on YouTube Shorts, you won't find a sort of recommended For You page like you will on TikTok. There's just something that is so meticulous about its For You page, and it's really nice. And a lot of people, I saw a ton of videos, a ton of creators who had this nice facade, this like this really funny and really original character who just completely pulled down their curtains, pulled down their walls, pulled down their pants even with some cases, which is another really strange thing. But anyways, a bunch of these really famous content creators who just completely broke character and were like, yeah, this is going to be my last video. I'm signing out. I have a good one. Find me on Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Not TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Google Giggles, Facebook Funnies, all the other YouTube short mimics out there. But it was really surreal, and it was funny, but it was also a little upsetting because these were a lot of people who made a lot of money on TikTok, and in some cases it was their only form of income. That's why I was a little bit upset about the ban, because there are over 5 million small businesses that make their primary source of revenue from TikTok, but anyways, that's in the past now, or at least for now, it's in the past. So what I think happened was, or actually, let's go over the facts real quick. TikTok was banned. And there was a lot of speculation going on with what happened within that 12 to 18 hour time frame. A lot of people think that Mark Zuckerberg swooped in and purchased TikTok right from Shou's hands, who Shou is the CEO of TikTok. And a lot of other people think that it was a big publicity stunt, basically painting Donald Trump as the savior in this case of TikTok, because he just got president. And a lot of the TikTok messages, I'll actually put one on screen right now, say that we are sorry to say that the United States has banned TikTok, but we are working with President Trump to fix this. And a lot of speculation is going around. So what happened was that the United States Senate did pass a bill to ban TikTok, and it actually was banned, like I said, 12 to 18 hours, but then it was removed from the ban. But what happened was anyone who uninstalled TikTok during the time frame of the ban can no longer install it. It is removed from all United States devices on the App Store. So if you go on there on Apple phones or Android devices, whatever, you go on there, try and find it. Same thing with CapCut. You cannot find TikTok on the App Store, but it is still operational. Now, I do believe, and I say believe because I don't know for a fact, I do believe that the Trump method of this, like what happened with Donald Trump and the removal of TikTok ban, is that it's going to be unbanned for 90 days until ByteDance either removes all of its services from the United States or ByteDance sells to a United States company. And in the grand scheme of things, 90 days isn't that much time to really figure this stuff out, but it is 90 days that we all get to continue our brain rot doom scrolling every single night before we go to bed. So that's pretty good. Now, speaking of the last part that I mentioned with the 90-day little grace period, if you will, TikTok has to be sold to a American company, or ByteDance has to sell TikTok and all of its other services that take part in the US to a United States-based company. Now, this is where a lot of speculation comes in, because during the ban, a lot of people figured out that a new few TikTok accounts emerged. Facebook and Instagram had TikTok accounts, and it might have just been Facebook, but over the ban time period, a Facebook TikTok account and an Instagram TikTok account appeared. And I know that sounds really confusing, but just bear with me, right? Two accounts appeared, one for Instagram, one for Facebook, although some people say it was just Facebook, some people say it was just Instagram, but I'm going to be a little bit more vague and just say that it was both at the same time. Now, if you don't know, Instagram and Facebook are both owned by a company called Meta, which is owned by Mark Zuckerberg, who was also recently on the podcast with Joe Rogan and visited Trump during his inauguration. So they're in cahoots, you can definitely tell. And also, both accounts have been verified on TikTok. And if you know anything, it takes quite a bit to be verified on TikTok. I follow creators with millions of followers on TikTok that aren't verified yet. And the whole thing with especially the Facebook account, is that it only has, I think, less than 350,000 followers. The next part actually comes from Shou's profile himself, which is the CEO of TikTok. And he has his own TikTok profile. And a lot of people think that on his profile, it said CEO of TikTok, like as a little profile description. I don't think that's the case. But again, let's feed into the idea. And oh, my camera's tracking. I gotta hold up my hand so my camera stops tracking. All right, there we go. Let's just feed into the conspiracy theories, the tinfoil hats, that during the 12 to 18 hour ban, Mark Zuckerberg swooped in like an eagle trying to feed his children and purchase TikTok. Well, that would explain why on Shou's TikTok profile, it no longer says that he's the CEO of TikTok. It would also explain the mysterious appearances of Meta apps, like advertisements on TikTok, because that's another thing I forgot to mention, is that a lot of people have been noticing that there are now Instagram and Facebook ads on TikTok, which weren't really a thing before, which would also explain the Facebook verified account. All of this, like the puzzle pieces are starting to connect, right? I think this is just a bunch of fear mongering. I think that a lot of very popular TikTok accounts who focus on conspiracy theories, I think they're all trying to just use this as an opportunity to garner attention, because it is a very good opportunity to garner clicks and views. I think it's just a bunch of fear mongering, because a lot of conspiracy theories that you yourself subscribe to on the internet are just a lot of people meticulously picking out puzzle pieces and putting them together right in front of you, and not giving you any other side of the story to basically formulate your own opinion on. And I'm not saying that I myself have done any of this. I'm not saying that I have dug deep enough to find out the other side of the story, but I don't think that Show ever had CEO of TikTok in his bio. I mean, maybe the conspiracy theorists are right, but I think it's just a bunch of fear mongering, and I personally don't think we have much to worry about. And again, I personally think that even if TikTok is purchased by an American company, again, we won't have much to worry about. So for now, no one has anything to worry about, and TikTok isn't going anywhere. Basically, what just happened in the past week is a whole bunch of nothing. Like nothing ever happens. Like a whole bunch of a big old nothing burger. Like nothing really happened. And that's really it. Hopefully I can record some more soon. I've been really trying to grind out some more short form content, some more personally made short form content, all about the history and the naming conventions, for example, of different cars and car brands. So if you haven't seen those and you're interested in learning a little bit about cars, go check those out because I spend a lot of time on those and I really enjoy making them. But for now, stay safe.